we are covering the critical sequence of opening a refrigeration system for the EPA 608 exam, specifically focusing on brazing repairs. The absolute non-negotiable first step before you ever put a torch or tube cutter on a line is to recover the refrigerant. The exam will try to trick you with options like checking for power or preparing your tools, but the correct first action is always recovery. For high-pressure appliances, you must recover the refrigerant until the system pressure is at 0 psig. Applying heat from a brazing torch to a line that still contains refrigerant, especially older CFCs and HCFCs, can create extremely toxic phosgene gas. This was a chemical weapon in World War I, and it's a major safety hazard. Beyond the toxic gas, the heat will cause any remaining liquid refrigerant to expand rapidly, creating an explosion hazard. The EPA exam will absolutely test you on this safety protocol. Any question that asks for the first step before cutting or brazing has one answer: recover the refrigerant. After recovery, the next exam-critical step is to purge the lines with dry nitrogen while you are brazing. This is not for pressure testing. This is a low-pressure, low-flow purge. As you heat the copper tubing, the inside will oxidize if oxygen is present, creating a black, flaky scale. This scale will break free once the system restarts, travel directly to the metering device, and cause a major restriction. An exam question might describe a newly repaired system that is now showing signs of a blockage. The likely cause is that the technician failed to use a nitrogen purge during brazing. Remember, the purpose of the nitrogen purge is to displace oxygen and prevent internal oxidation. Once your brazed repair is complete and has cooled, you must perform a leak check. The only gas approved and safe for pressurizing a system is dry nitrogen. The exam loves to present trick options like compressed shop air or pure oxygen. Using compressed air is forbidden because it introduces moisture and non-condensables into the system. Using oxygen is even more dangerous. When oxygen comes into contact with refrigerant oil under pressure, it can create a powerful explosion. You will always use a pressure regulator when charging with nitrogen. After a successful pressure test confirms your repair is leak-free, you must evacuate the system to a deep vacuum. This is measured with a micron gauge, not your standard manifold gauge. The goal is to remove all non-condensables and boil off any moisture that entered while the system was open. Finally, remember this unbreakable rule that is a frequent exam question. Anytime you open a refrigeration system to the atmosphere, you must install a new filter dryer. The desiccant in the old dryer is now saturated with moisture and cannot be reused. A good mental shortcut for the entire process is the phrase recover, purge, pressure, evacuate, charge. This covers the 5 critical stages in the correct order for safely and correctly opening and repairing a system. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.